So as I've shared in previous videos, for the past year, I have been steadily abandoning Apple's ecosystem. It started with the AirPods. It moved on now to the final piece, to an Android phone. And I've already moved over to a Chromebook. So the question that I want to answer is, should you follow in my footsteps and abandon Apple? We're going to talk about it in this episode of the vlog. So about a year ago, I'd made the decision, it's time to abandon Apple. I was tired of the expensive phones, expensive computers, and basically being addicted to their technology where I didn't have options. I just had to buy their latest thing. And when something broke, I just had to buy a new one because I was locked into their ecosystem. And so it started with a Chromebook, and I felt like I was in the world of Google already with Google Drive and Google Gmail, and you know, a Chromebook should work. I primarily just do email and social media, and so I just need to be able to access the internet. And you know, I bought 3 different Chromebooks, and I found a Chromebook that works pretty good. To be honest, it's still not as good, and my primary computer is still an Apple computer, but I've got multiple Chromebooks that I have passed through. On the headphones, I love AirPods, but I wanted to find other options, more affordable options. Unfortunately, none of them have replaced AirPods by themselves. I had to get a little Bluetooth thing to do phone calls, and then I use my Amazon Echo Buds as my headphones. And so I had to have 2 different products to replace AirPods, and neither one of them are as good as AirPods, if I'm totally honest. But they're cheaper, and I have options. And then the computer is with the Chromebook, but this was the big piece. I mean, this phone and leaving the iPhone was the kind of last straw of, can I really? You know, this is what I'm using all the time and on the road, and I can't have this not working well. So I got an Android, and for the past 4 months, I've been living in the world of Android. Now, it's been easier. I've not been traveling. I've been home. I've been quarantined, and so I'm not out and about as much. But I'll tell you, I've loved some of the flexibility, but it's not as good. Now, it's a much cheaper device, but even when this phone, shortly after I bought this phone it's the Google Pixel 3a, for I think $350, Apple came out with a $400 phone that was pretty comparable. And so I'm seeing more Apple products being more affordable. But here's the deal. Apple just works. If you want something and you're not looking for the latest thing and you don't want options, you just want something that works, if you're in the Apple ecosystem, save yourself some time and stay in the Apple ecosystem. Learning Android has slowed me down. Finding different headphones has been, you know, it's not been ideal. Finding different laptops and testing them and having to find different programs and adapting, it's not been ideal. It would have been more efficient for me to stay on Apple, to have spent the money and just stayed in the Apple ecosystem, because at this point, moving outside of the Apple ecosystem has not been a huge win for me. Now, I'm not abandoning my move. I'm going to continue to press on. I'm going to continue to learn, because I want to know this system. And the truth is, I'm finding I'm excited to test the new OnePlus headphones. I think those are going to actually be comparable to AirPods. I think I need to get a newer phone. So this is the 3A, so it's last year. They just came out. Google did with the 4A. So we'll see what some of these new devices, how they work. But I do have options, and so I am glad to have options. I love the customization opportunities, and I do think I'll settle into this ecosystem. But the reality is, I'm not stuck in the Apple ecosystem anymore. So I can get an iPhone, or I can get an Android phone. I can get a Chromebook, or I can get a MacBook. And so there are options now when I go to buy new technology in this computing ecosystem. The other thing that I hear so many people say that keeps them invested in the Apple ecosystem is iMessage. iMessage drives me crazy because you have to do it just within Apple phones. And I kind of include FaceTime in that, of we should be able to phone do video calls without it being FaceTime. Or without it being whatever Google's thing is, either And so I've got to use different apps to do video conference calls. That's annoying. And I think that really has to do with kind of that isolation. And iMessage, I can do web text messages within a web browser, which I think everything should be living in web browsers now. And I can do all of my messages, not just iMessages. And so those that stay in Apple because of iMessages, I think it's just that addiction to iMessages. I'm so glad to be outside of that aspect of the Apple system and world. So those are my thoughts. If you're continuing making the leap, I'd say just wait a little bit. Keep paying attention, and I'll keep sharing as I'm learning. I'm not abandoning this journey, but at this point, 4 months into completely being into the outside of the Apple ecosystem, I'd really recommend you stay put. Stay put for now, and as things develop and as better products come out at a more affordable price, I think there's going to be a better time to take the leap, but I don't think that time is here yet. So stay tuned. I'll keep you updated. Thanks for watching this vlog. I'd love for you to subscribe. I'd love for you to share this with a friend. I'd love for you to comment and share your thoughts. If you're an Android user, I would love some recommendations. What phones should I be using? What computers should I be using? I've not wanted to go Windows, but maybe I need to give in and give Windows a try again, and the PC world. And so, I'd love to know your thoughts. I'd love to get your thoughts on where I should go with my next device or devices, and what you think is the future of Apple as well. And are you considering abandoning the Apple ecosystem or going into the Apple ecosystem? Thanks for watching. We'll talk to you again on the next episode.